An invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of time, place, and circumstance. The thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. In life, we have moments when we're faced with a choice that can change our lives. My moment came when I met Maurice Mazak when he was only 11 years old. As I passed, he said, "Excuse me, lady, do you have any spare change? I'm hungry." And I said no. But then I froze in my tracks, his words ringing in my ears. I went back to the boy and I said to him, "I don't want to give you any money, but if you're hungry, I'll take you to McDonald's and I'll get you something to eat." I actually found out at lunch that he had not had anything to eat in 2 full days. I also discovered at the very young age of only 11, he had no choice but to fend for himself. While we were having lunch, I remember thinking, how is it possible that this sweet boy could be on a street begging for food? I mean, when you think about it, we live in America. The truth is, we lived only 2 blocks apart, but yet we came from 2 vastly different worlds. I knew he was a really good kid who was just stuck in a really bad, hard world. But I didn't really know what to do about it, and I couldn't possibly imagine what I could ever do to help him. I said, "I've got a great idea." I said, "Why don't you meet me on the corner next Monday night and I'll take you out to dinner again." We wound up meeting every Monday for the next 4 years and hundreds of times thereafter. Together, we forged this unplanned path that transformed both of our lives forever. But when I think back, I do wonder, what led me to that corner that day? What made me stop? And most importantly, what led me to Maurice? I believe it was no accident that Maurice and I were destined to meet. One Saturday, it wasn't unusual, he called from my lobby phone. He wanted to know if I could take him to lunch. He told me he was hungry. So over lunch, I found out that he had not had anything to eat in a few days. And I said to him that I couldn't bear the thought that he was not eating, but because of my hectic work schedule, I just couldn't see him every day. I said, "But we need to figure this out." I said, "So if you'd like, on Monday nights, we can go to the supermarket together, and I can buy you all the things you love to eat, and I can make you lunch. I can leave it with the doorman, and on your way to school, you can swing by and pick it up." And he looked at me and he said to me, "Miss Laura, if you make me lunch, are you gonna put it in a brown paper bag?" Okay. So I looked at him and I said to him, "I'm confused. You want your lunch in a brown paper bag? You don't want your lunch in a brown paper bag?" And here's what he said to me. He said, "Miss Laura, I don't want your money. I want my lunch in a brown paper bag, because when kids come to school and they have their lunch in a brown paper bag, that means someone cares about them." Maurice taught me how when you give kindness and you expect absolutely nothing in return, you can receive the most beautiful and most valuable gifts of all. I cannot emphasize enough how my unlikely friendship with Maurice taught me how important it is to throw a lifeline to someone in need, or to grab hold of it if it's thrown to you.